Gotta have your brain fuel. Don't pick your nose or anything. You're on video. We started off by marking a chalk line on the floor so that it would be a straight line. We lined the boards up, marked where they needed to be cut for the door opening, and cut the pieces to fit. All right, 3/16. So I'm using a masonry bit. It's a special bit to go through concrete. So we're going to use that to drill our holes here, the pilot holes for the tap cons. And once you get through the wood and hit the concrete a little bit, you can stop, do your other one, and then you can pull the wood off, and it makes it easier. You can find that hole and just go a little deeper with it. Yeah. Don't need this. Old man needs knee pads. Make sure you have some good knee pads if you're working on concrete. And we're doing the same thing on the other side, screwing into the ground with the masonry drill bit, finding our holes, finishing the drill, and then adding the tap cons to anchor it to the concrete floor. Also, make sure you have good help who practices his golf swing. There's nothing for you to do right now, but yes, sir. Don't call me Unc. Don't call me Unc. I need some more brain fuel. So we're going to double layer the bottom plate. Basements, I always suggest doing a double bottom plate, the bottom one being treated, the top one being your standard 2x4. That way, if any water does flood and this is exposed to it, your bottom plate, you've got an 1.5 inch play where water could touch it, and it's going to be fine as long as it gets dried out relatively quickly. All right, so now we're going to attach the second part of the bottom plate here on top. Make sure it's lined up good and flush so that your drywall doesn't stick out. Sweet. All right. Whoopsie. Kick it this way. So now, I forgot to bring my plumb tool to see if we're going to be perfectly straight up and down. So I'm just going to cut a board the size we need, stick it in, and see if we're level. So this is what 20 bucks an hour buys you right here. Right. So we've got floor joists running this way, but there's really nothing for this top plate to attach to securely. We are touching one of the floor joists, but we're putting in blocking every few feet so that we have something for that top plate to attach to. Nice. I'm using my drill because my nail gun blew a seal, and I can't use it right now, so I'm doing the longer way and screwing this whole thing together. More brain fuel. Ooh, that kicked. My nail gun's a little easier. That's all right. Here we go. What is happening? Oh, I'm trying to drill through the knot.
What you mistake?
You cannot drill through the knot very easily. Okay.
Hard to hold it up and it's vibrating.
Imagine trying to hold it and screw it at the same time. So much easier when you're not drilling through the knot. How many times can I do that joke? Not very many. Dad jokes for days, people. Dad jokes for days. I'm not going to drill through that knot. All right, top plate's in. Now we can start putting our studs in. You want to start here, and you're going to work your way towards the doorway here. And we need to measure every 16 inches on center. So you start from the center of this stud. You measure over 16 inches, because your studs in your house are all 16 inches apart. Or they should be if they're up to code. So halfway from there, 16 inches over, find my pen, there it is. So there's 16. Now you're going to be putting a stud on top of that, so you actually want to make sure you've got a mark on one of the sides here, so you can make sure you're lined up. And we will measure the height they need to be, because this does have a 2-inch slope from that side to this side for drainage. Not quite level. Now we're there. It's hard to get them perfect. That one's a little bit twisted from the store. So we've got 2 there. I'm going to go one more. I like to add a third one. Bingo. Not going anywhere. I like to put, on the bottom, I like to put 2 one way and 1 the other. That way they're pulling towards each other. So if you happen to be moving something and bump this, it's not going to kick one way because they're only putting pressure one way. It's got pressure going both ways. Hey, you learn. You don't have 3 hands, so you learn to use other parts of your body. Brain fuel. Now you just continue the same method, working towards the other wall, measuring every 16 inches on center for your studs, screwing them in, and getting them all level. And here we have the final product. All right, so now we've got this wall framed here. We've got the door opening framed with the header, and it goes over to that wall. So we are ready to start hanging some drywall.